What up, everybody? What up, everybody? What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of AC Reviews the World. I am your host, AC the Engineer, and we are at episode 230. Let's give it a round of applause. Now, I hope everybody had a good day today. It is Tuesday, July 21st, 2026, year of our Lord, and it's time to get into the greatest afternoon show in the world. You ain't got to believe it, but I believe it. That's all that matters. But welcome back to another show where we meet Monday through Friday. I missed Monday, so we're not going to talk about that. But we meet Monday through Friday starting at around 6 o'clock to go over topics that I found that we need to review together. Why? Because the world's a crazy place and we got to figure out some way to navigate it. Now, if you ever disagree with anything I say, because this show is heavily based on my opinion, let's talk about it. That's what's wrong with the world today. We don't have discussions anymore. So if you feel like I said something wrong, let's talk about it. I'm never going to say I'm always right. But I feel like we can talk about this type of stuff. And if you like this show and if you like the stuff that I produce, the best way to show your support, y'all, is just to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that notification bell so you can be up to date on all the videos. I try to drop every single day. But you know how I like to do it. Let's jump right into it. The first topic we're discussing today is we got to go over to Chicago. And it's looking like, to fill a budget gap, Chicago is planning to lay off hundreds of teachers. Which, I mean, the people who we trust to watch our children, teach them, and mold them into the people who will guide society in the future. So let's get over into this and see what this whole thing is about and see what else we can find out. Remember, y'all, if you like this type of stuff, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell.
Chicago Public Schools is facing a painful math problem. They've got a $732 million budget gap, and now leaders are proposing some major staff cuts, more than 700 teachers and more than 800 paraprofessionals. NBC5's Randy Gyllenhaal live tonight at CPS headquarters with what this could mean for students when classes start back up in the fall. Randy?
Well, Stefan, as you mentioned, Chicago Public Schools working to close that massive budget deficit. They additionally have billions of dollars in long-term debt as well. However, the teachers union here in Chicago is calling the layoffs reckless.
Every impact hurts. These are real people.
In a virtual presentation announcing the cut-down budget, Chicago Public Schools said more than 1,000 teachers and staff will not be brought back in the coming year.
This process is painful for everyone all the way around.
School CEO Dr. Macklin King said cost-cutting is underway, freezes and efficiencies, plus 5 furlough days added for teachers. By the numbers, it's nearly a $10 billion budget, but CPS is $9 billion in debt. This budget adds no new debt, but 760 teachers would be laid off and about 800 paraprofessionals, some of them could be brought back.
We anticipate that the majority of these teachers and ESP, education support personnel, will be rehired in the district, and we're going to do everything we can to make sure that happens.
But the Chicago Teachers Union, in a letter to the district, calling the budget dead on arrival, though some teachers already got notice.
I've seen people starting to post already that they've lost their positions. I've seen quite a few special education teachers.
Talking about college and career coaches, just today I heard of a dance teacher on the west side who was let go.
CTU says they want state lawmakers to step in Springfield with more funding to avert drastic cuts.
It's a tragic situation where we're living in when the teachers, especially special needs teachers, can't get the support that they obviously need. The school is the birthplace and the ground level that the children need to grow up into good and law-abiding citizens. At least that's my opinion. But it seems like the schools are the first ones to get cut when there's a budget problem. It's a tragic scene, but they said 1,000 teachers and different staffing. The main people that's going to affect is the children. But let's keep going into it.
We know that there's been talk about special sessions for data centers, for sports teams. I think it's time for the biggest mega project to be fully funding our schools, fully supporting our school communities.
Well, the next step here, the budget will go through some public hearings with a vote possible in front of the school board July 30th. Stefan?
Brandon Gyllenhaal in the loop tonight.
Now, it's a tragic scene. Let's get over into this next video and see what else it tells us.
Mark, CPS has an almost $1 billion budget hole to fill, and besides layoffs, furloughs, a spending freeze, and more tax increment financing money, known as TIFs, is how the district plans to balance its budget.
Locked up for now, but in about a month, students will return to over 600 Chicago public schools with possibly less staff. To close a $732 million budget deficit, the district is laying off about 760 teachers, 801 teacher aides, and requiring 5 furlough days on non-attendance days for students. The Chicago Teachers Union called the CPS budget proposal dead on arrival.
What I can say is that this process is painful for everyone all the way around. And I understand how people, especially CTU with, their members being impacted, might feel that way.
CPS CEO Dr. Macklin King says if CPS receives additional money from the city, state, or federal government, furloughs will be restored.
But we would want to prioritize the furlough days, but have to leave flexibility.
And the layoffs are due partly to CPS reducing its student-to-teacher ratio by 1. The rest are principals' discretion based on shifting needs of their schools.
A lot of these are like local personnel decisions. And they're driven by programmatic need. They're driven by enrollment at the school. If the school doesn't need, 3 fourth grade classrooms, they only need 2.
CPS says many of the laid off teachers will likely be rehired, something CTU disputes.
Unfortunately, when our teachers are laid off, a lot of them leave our district because people need job security. And not having that job security and instability causes them to leave the profession.
The budget also calls for a mid-year spending freeze, no funding for assistant principals at schools with enrollment under 250 students, and 162 layoffs at the district central office, which were made public earlier this week. But the budget is not all about cuts. CPS plans to increase funding for bilingual and special education educators.
The budget that we have presented is one that does its absolute best to address the very diverse needs of our students. And so we center this budget around the students and the needs that they have in this given moment.
I don't understand, because how can you say this is for the students when at the end of the day, the less teachers, that means that there's going to be more students per teacher. And when that situation happens, some students feel like that they don't get all the attention and guidance they need. Will this make for lower test scores? Will this make for lower advancements? We'll have to wait and see. Let's see if one more video, see what else it tells us. No. Let's go over into the AI breakdown, y'all. We watched all the videos we need to. Let's get over into this one more video. This AI. See, I'm getting tossed and turning my words. See, that's why I can't take a day off. But let's get over into this AI breakdown, y'all, and see what else we can find out. So as we know, we got the Chicago Public Schools, or CPS, has proposed eliminating over 1,700 positions and implementing multi-tiered budget cuts to close the $732 million deficit. The cost-saving measures target personnel across all levels of the district. We got 760 teachers, 800 teacher aides, 162 central office and citywide employees, and then 120 assistant principal positions. So beyond the direct layoffs, CPS and the district leaders announced further emergency measures to balance the budget. 5 unpaid furlough days. So I was a little iffy about that. So we got for the staff during the students' non-attendance days, such as professional development or report card pickups, which will save the district roughly $85 million. So basically you have to work on that day and you're not going to get paid. We got to call it how it is. And then we got a mid-year spending freeze, which is scheduled to take effect in January 2027. And then we got a reduction in the student-to-teacher ratio. Of course, the Chicago's teacher union has fiercely opposed the plan, labeling the budget as dead on arrival, what they talked about, and noting that the 5 furlough days amount to an effective 2.3% pay cut for educators, while CPS officials stated that they hope to rehire many laid off school staff into roughly 700 current vacant positions. The union is actively demanding that state lawmakers intervene with emergency funding to alleviate the cuts. One teacher made a good statement basically saying that teachers are going to leave. And some of them have already left. If they've already been fired, they're not going to wait around in the district when they don't feel like they have job security. That's the biggest thing that a lot of people need, especially in times like this, is job security. You would think, at least it used to be when I was growing up, that teachers' jobs was that was the ultimate security. You wasn't getting paid enough, of course, but you always had a job. But now, times is getting hard. First of all, they don't make enough. And now they got to work for free in some of these cases. But let me know your thoughts, y'all. Let me know if you disagree with anything I said. We will keep up with this to see what else happens. But I feel bad for the teachers in Chicago. Let's pivot now into, we got into that. Now we got to get into some heavy stuff. Because do you know the world is a cold place? But this is why we got to review this stuff together, y'all. So the next topic we get into is a tragic one, where a woman has been arrested for shooting and killing a grown man while he was hiding under her 13-year-old bed. Yeah, I said that right. Y'all heard me. A woman has been arrested. They put her in handcuffs for shooting and killing a grown man hiding under her 13-year-old's bed. So let's get over into that and see what this whole thing is about. Why was she arrested in the first place? Because that sounds like self-defense to me. Or is that self-defense? Might be so. I think that would be classified as self-defense. But let's get over into this, y'all, and see what this is about. We got a few videos to look at, and then, of course, we'll go over into the AI breakdown just to wrap this all up and see what else we can find out. Remember, y'all, if you like this type of content, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that notification bell. Let's get into it.
$100,000, that's the bond for a Southwest Memphis woman accused of fatally shooting a man allegedly found hiding under her juvenile daughter's bed. Kendra Scott was in court today to face a charge of first-degree murder for the death of Rodarius Morton. Braille Brown spoke with Scott's attorneys about their confidence in representing her.
Kendra Scott stood before the judge draped in a Shelby County jumpsuit while her family sat in the gallery for emotional support. Her attorneys say that they believe that the state would have a challenge to pursue a first-degree murder charge. Currently, her bond is set at $100,000.
Well, the challenges I'm seeing are for the state in trying to go forward on first-degree murder charges. You've got a woman who is kind of living out your worst nightmare as a parent.
This is the first time your news leader is getting a look at Kendra Scott in person for her bond hearing. She was also ordered to stay away from the victim's family. Scott is charged with fatally shooting Rodarius Morton at her home along the 3000 block of Travis Road. She reportedly told investigators, quote, "I did what I had to do."
To expect anybody to be able to act in a cool, calm manner, premeditate any sort of action, is just unrealistic. I think even the best of us, the worst of us, any of us would be acting irrationally given this set of circumstances.
This is a joke. $100,000 bond? She found a grown man under her 13-year-old daughter's bed. I mean, what man wouldn't have done the same thing? We got to talk about what kind of father. Now, this is a mother now. What kind of father would not do the same thing this mother did? Maybe even worse. But let's keep going into this, y'all.
Morton died from a gunshot wound to the back of his head. Ooh. Investigators say he was allegedly invited to Scott's residence by a juvenile and entered through the back door at 1 a.m. Scott's attorneys say at this moment they are unsure if the state's new stand your ground law will play a part in this case as they await doorbell footage and an autopsy report.
I don't know enough about what led to the actual shooting. I don't know if there was a scuffle. I don't know if it was an accidental discharge. I just don't know.
The juvenile told police Scott previously told her if she saw a boy in the home, she would shoot him.
It's my understanding that Ms. Scott did not know this person. And I don't know how they met. That's something we'll look into. My guess is that this was somebody who was looking for young people online, and he found a vulnerable 13-year-old, and you know what happened next.
Scott's next appearance in court will be August 3rd. We'll be sure to keep you updated both on air and online.
This is difficult. One, because you got the shooting in the back of the head. It's going to be hard for the jury to get self-defense from that. Now, you're going to have some sympathetic people who might go with it. But shooting in the back of the head, and the fact that the daughter said that she said that before, that if she found a man in the house or a boy in the house, I don't think she expected a man, a boy in the house, she would shoot him. I don't know if they'll get her on murder, but I don't know if she'll get away with it with self-defense either. Let's get over into this next video and see what else it tells us.
A judge set a bond for the mother accused of shooting and killing a man she found hiding under her child's bed. 36-year-old Kendra Scott was scheduled to appear in court for a bond hearing today. Her lawyer told ABC 24 that after talking with prosecutors, both sides were able to agree on a $100,000 bond. According to the police report, Scott told officers when she got home around 1:30 Thursday morning, she saw a man under her child's bed. The child told police she invited the man into the home. As he was leaving, Scott shot him. Scott's attorney told us he believes prosecutors will have a hard time proving Scott planned the shooting ahead of time, given the circumstances.
Oh, no, they definitely
To expect anybody to be able to act in a cool, calm manner, premeditate any sort of action, is just unrealistic.
Scott's attorney says there is doorbell security video of the incident. He says that along with the autopsy, that will shed more light on this case. Scott is expected in court Friday.
How do y'all feel about this case, y'all? Now, of course, I'm definitely, he might get stomped out. Shot, I don't know. But he's definitely getting a beating. And the real biggest question is, why was he talking to a 13-year-old girl in the first place? 13? And then go over a house while we already know what he is. He a pedophile. We got to call it how it is. Now let's get over into this next video and see how the neighbors feel about this.
A Memphis mother is charged with shooting and killing a man who was found allegedly hiding under her child's bed early Thursday morning. Good evening, and thank you for joining us. I'm Stephanie Skurlock. That mother is now charged with first-degree murder. WREG's Caitlin Barker spoke to neighbors and is live tonight to share reactions. Caitlin?
Good evening, Stephanie. This case is really complicated. Some neighbors say this mother did the right thing, while others tell me she's wrong because she took the law into her own hands.
She isn't her mom. She just didn't check the phones.
She should have just called the police instead of shooting.
This mother, 36-year-old Kendra Scott, is accused of allegedly shooting a man after he was caught hiding under her child's bed at 1:40 Thursday morning. Authorities have identified the man who was shot as Rodarius Morton. According to police, Morton was invited to the home by a juvenile who allegedly snuck him in through the back door at 1 a.m. Just 30 minutes later, Scott came home. According to the child, Scott was banging on the front door and yelling, "Who's at my house?" The child would later tell police she was scared of Scott because she had a gun in her hand and was angry. According to the child, Scott told her in the past, quote, if she sees a boy in her house, she will put a hole in his.
I just feel bad for her because she was trying to do everything she could for her husband. Still, she tried to say it's just an unfortunate situation that happened.
Once the child opened the door, Morton was found hiding under the child's bed. As Morton was leaving the house, both Scott and Morton went out to the porch, and that's when the juvenile says she heard a gunshot. Morton was found shot in the back of the head.
Listen to your parents. Do what they say. If they're not home or have anyone in the house that's not supposed to. That's just about it.
Now, Scott is facing multiple charges, including first-degree murder and the employment of a firearm during the commission of a dangerous felony. I'm Caitlin Barker.
Yeah, this is a weird case. The main question is, do you think she was right in shooting him? Now, if she would have beat him up, or I don't know if she could have beat him up, or if she would have swung at him, all right, that's a different story. But shooting him, she might get some kind of charge. Do I think murder is the right charge? Depends on how. If she just shot him while he was walking away, that's a little okay. Now we getting into the territory where you might be charged with murder. But we need more facts and things just to go into more details about this. But let's get over into the AI breakdown, y'all, just to see what else we can learn. So we know Kendra Scott, 36-year-old mother, has been arrested and charged with the first-degree murder and employing a firearm during the commission of a dangerous felony after she fatally shot a man she found hiding under her 13-year-old's bed. The incident occurred on July 16th in Tennessee. So it looks like a juvenile witness in the home told investigators that she had secretly invited the victim, 20-year-old Rodriguez Morton, into the house through the back door at approximately 1 a.m. I mean, you have to do better looking after your children. At 13 years old, she's inviting a grown man over the house at 1 a.m. We know what the plan was. Well, they're going to try to convince us that he was just going to spend the night and sleep on the couch. All right. So, and then we know that Scott ended up returning home at around 1:30, banging on the front door and yelling, "Who is at my house?" Upon entering, she discovered Morton concealing himself beneath the bed. Scott reportedly told Morton to get out of her house. An argument ensued as Morton gathered his belongings and attempted to flee. As he moved onto the front porch to exit the property unarmed, Scott allegedly shot him in the back of the head. Ooh. Yeah. Self-defense is, I don't know. That's hard. So officers responded to the shooting call at the residence. They discovered Morton dead in the front yard and never reportedly seeing Scott standing in the yard holding a gun, stating, "I shot him. I shot him." When questioned by the police, Scott allegedly stated, "I saw a dude under my kid's bed and I did what I had to." First of all, I do think 100% she should have called the cops. Maybe tried to hold him there till the cops get there, but that might cause a whole mess of problems in general. It doesn't sound like he was a threat to her. I understand the heightened emotions and the anger this one person would feel, but I can't imagine how I would feel. But you got to think about the future. You got to have a deep conversation with your daughter on why she was talking to an older man in the first place. Why did she get the idea to think that was okay? And he needs to be in jail. We don't know exactly what they did, but the real question is, was that the first time he came over? So the juvenile witness told investigators she was deeply frightened because Scott had a gun in her hand and had previously explicitly warned her that if she found her ever having a boy inside the house, she would just shoot him. She ended up appearing in court with a bond set at $100,000. Her attorney stated that situation represents every parent's worst nightmare and argued that the shooting was a result of raw, intense emotion rather than cold premeditation. Now, I definitely don't know if you can consider this premeditated. And I can see it being from a sense of anger and that raw emotion. But the jury is going to have to wrap their minds around trying to let you go after you shot him in the head while he was trying to leave. Stand your ground does play a part because you have the right to defend your property. But if he's fleeing, yeah, this is a lot of things to think about. Let's look it up. I don't think you can. So the main thing I question, can you shoot somebody while fleeing under the stand your ground law? No, generally you cannot legally shoot a fleeing person under the stand your ground law, which I assume. The core legal prerequisite for using deadly force under the stand your ground law states it's a reasonable belief that such force is immediately necessary to prevent imminent death or great bodily harm. When an individual is actively fleeing or retreating or running away, they typically no longer pose an imminent or immediate threat to the safety. We got to be honest, she might get some time for this. Do I think it's right that this grown man was in her daughter's room? No, 100% no. But she sounds like she did the wrong thing. Now, I'm not saying that I can't understand her raw anger from this situation. But the law is clear. If he was truly fleeing, he didn't pose any threat, he was trying to leave, you cannot shoot him in the back. But we'll have to wait and see how the trial goes. And the real question is, how much time will she get? And who is talking to the daughter? Because she obviously invited him to the house, which is another big problem that we need to talk about. You need to be in your children's lives, guiding them the proper way. Now, it sounds like this mother was coming back from work at 1:30 a.m. She obviously sounds like she works a lot. I'm just giving some inferences. And it's harder for a mother. She might be a single mother. We don't know. But it's harder when there's one parent taking all the responsibility. It sounds like there was a gap in the dynamic that someone needed to fill to make sure that the children was properly taken care of. Children was properly not doing things online that they shouldn't be doing, not talking to people who they shouldn't do. That takes a lot. And it's hard when you're working all that time. It's a tragic situation, y'all, but let me know your thoughts and let me know if you disagree with anything I said. What are your thoughts, y'all? Do you think she can get away with this? Or is she going to face some type of crime? It's a tragic situation, and we all know we would all be angry. Like I said, I might have stomped him out, and I would be in jail for assault. Maybe I might be able to get away with stomping him out. Let me know your thoughts, y'all. Let me know if you disagree. But that's a crazy situation. We're going to pivot now into our next topic, which is even more crazy to think about. But we have a woman who is currently on trial who strangled her 3 young children, all under the age of 5. But the real question is this murder or postpartum psychosis? Let's get over into this. We got a few videos to look at, and then of course we'll get over into the AI breakdown just to wrap everything up. Remember, y'all, like I always say, if you like this type of content, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that notification bell. Let's get into this next topic.
Her trial of a Duxbury mother accused of killing her 3 young children is now underway in Plymouth Superior Court. Jury selection began today, and the case is expected to last several weeks.
Lindsay Clancy has pleaded not guilty to 3 counts of first-degree murder in the 2023 deaths of her children. WBZ's Christina Rex is at the courthouse where 5 jurors were seated today. And Christina, based on what happened today, it seems this could take a while.
Oh, absolutely, Courtney and Lisa. I actually heard multiple women tell the judge they didn't feel like they could be an impartial juror on this case because they're mothers, and they said it would just be too hard to listen to the testimony and the evidence. One woman actually left jury selection in tears.
The jury up.
And that marks the official start to Lindsay Clancy's triple murder trial as lawyers and the judge work to seat an 18-person jury in this disturbing case. Clancy's accused of deliberately killing her 3 children in January 2023 by strangling them. Her lawyer plans to argue she did so because of over-medication and postpartum psychosis, but he could be forced to do so without some expert witnesses after he added them to his witness list just this month.
Defense counsel is an experienced attorney who understands the rules, and by providing these names, at this last minute, a week and a half before trial, was a strategic and intentional act to surprise us with these witnesses and not allow us to be prepared for them.
The judge excluded some defense experts for now, but says that could change. During day one of jury selection, over 100 people showed up to the courthouse for jury duty. Around 55 were questioned by the judge, and 5 were seated on the jury, 2 men and 3 women.
Wow. Okay, why wow? Well, I think if you're only seating 5 people out of 55, it's giving you an indication of how hard it is to find a juror that can listen to this case impartially.
The judge asked each prospective juror first about scheduling. Many people were excused because they could not commit to the 8 weeks expected for this case. They were also asked by the judge if they understand that Lindsay Clancy does not have to testify, if they can be fair and impartial, and if they can treat all witnesses the same, like police and lay witnesses. Several women were excused from the jury who spoke out loud about being a mother and how hard it would be to listen to the evidence.
That is going to touch a chord with many, many people. And that is going to make it harder, too, for somebody to sit through the evidence and hear some of these very gruesome and traumatic details about how these children died.
This is a tragic situation. Now, I don't know, because postpartum depression, postpartum psychosis is a real medical situation. But then proving that is what led to the strangulation of children, all under 5. It would be hard to listen to, and be hard to even think about letting her off. But it's a real situation that a lot of women go through, and a lot of women need help and need to seek counseling because of it. Let's keep going, though.
And the goal for this trial is to seat 18 jurors, meaning that 13 jurors still need to be found and seated. Ultimately, at the end of the day, just 12 people will deliberate whether Lindsay Clancy is guilty of these crimes. Jury selection is expected to continue through at least Wednesday of this week.
They said that people have to be there for 8 weeks. And I know they don't pay you a lot. Let's keep going, though. Let's get into this next video and see what else we can find out.
One of the most closely watched murder trials in Massachusetts is now underway. Jury selection began today in the trial of Lindsay Clancy.
Yeah, she's a Duxbury mother accused of killing her 3 young children in 2023. The night team's Nicole Mader was in the courtroom.
This morning, the courtroom was full of more than 120 potential jurors who will eventually become a jury of her peers as Lindsay Clancy faces trial for the alleged murder of her children. The Commonwealth is accusing Clancy of strangling her 3 children who were 5 years, 3 years and 8 months old with exercise bands with deliberate premeditation. Prosecutors allege that she planned the killings, while defense argues she was legally insane because of severe postpartum mental illness. Today and tomorrow, the process of voir dire will continue. That's a fancy term for jury selection, screening each juror individually to ensure that they don't have any biases and that each one of them can evaluate only the facts and the law as it is presented in the courtroom during trial. The attorneys and the judge will ask each of the potential jurors questions and then either seat them or excuse them. Jurors also filled out a questionnaire that would help the judge and attorneys in that process. They were also given a witness list and asked to circle anyone that they knew. The judge hopes to seat a panel of 18 jurors. That's 12 jurors and 6 alternates. 5 jurors were seated today. Earlier this morning, the judge addressed all potential jurors and told them what their responsibilities will be if they are selected. He emphasized that the defendant is innocent until proven guilty and that the Commonwealth must prove beyond a reasonable doubt that Clancy is criminally liable for those deaths. In Plymouth, Nicole Mader.
That's one of the hardest things. They have to prove without a reasonable doubt that she truly is criminally guilty. Not that she did it, but she is criminally guilty. That means that she isn't insane at the time, because that's a big part of it. We just talked about a case recently where a mother ended up drowning her 18-month-old child because of COVID made her insane, and she was able to get a not guilty plea because of insanity. So it's a real thing. But the real question is, how do you know for sure? How do you know? Is it all based on the psychologists and the medical examiners and therapists? That's going to be the biggest part of this section or this trial. Let's get over into one more video just to wrap it all up before we get to the AI breakdown.
Jury selection underway in the high-profile trial of the Massachusetts mother accused of killing her 3 children back in 2023. Prosecutors say Lindsay Clancy used exercise bands to strangle her kids, 5, 3, and 8 months old, then jumped from a second-story window, leaving her paralyzed. Her defense is that severe postpartum psychosis drove her to those horrific acts.
Yeah, she might get away with it. She strangled them all and then jumped off the balcony. Yeah, they might consider her insane. Yeah, in the moment, at least. Let's keep going.
Criminal defense attorney and host of the Crime and Justice podcast, Donna Rotuno, joins me now. Donna, a terribly complicated and terribly tragic case. What would your defense strategy be going forward, beginning with jury selection?
Well, Todd, it is an awful case. I mean, my goodness, anytime you have the loss of 3 young lives, it's unbelievably tragic. However, in this case, we have to look at the history here of the mental illness. And Lindsay Clancy had a documented medical history. She went to doctors. She told doctors what her symptoms were. They put her on a cocktail of medication. These doctors did not speak to one another. They have a good defense here. Lindsay Clancy herself was a nurse. And as a nurse, even she, I think, was so out of her mind that she was not able to know what she should or shouldn't have been taking at the same time. Her husband had said just prior to this, they had gone to the doctor and said she was hearing voices. So this is a documented defense here. So she's in a position where they are going to be able to show this jury that she was dealing with some major mental health issues here. In terms of picking the jury, you want to pick jurors who can be fair. You have to take the emotion out of it here because obviously this is a very emotional case. And if you think about the way those 3 lives were taken, it's awful. But you really have to look at whether or not her actions were intentional. I mean, Todd, she ends up jumping out of a window and ends up as paralyzed.
Yeah, it is so important to note that both the mom and the husband are suing the medical establishment, including those doctors, for exactly what you just said. And the lawsuit specifically says the following, quote, she recognized something was wrong with her. She sought medical treatment. She went to emergency rooms. She called crisis hotlines. She admitted herself to hospitals. She took the medication prescribed to her. She communicated her worsening symptoms to her providers. But to your point, Donna, defense is going to have an expert that says, look, they put her on different drugs depending upon who the doctor was and didn't communicate with each other, like you said. So with that in mind from the defense, how the heck does the prosecution go forward and establish her state of mind in trying to prove their case without appearing like they're trying to beat up on this woman?
Yeah, they're in a very tough position. And frankly, you know, going at her with these 3 murder charges, these are the highest charges they can charge her with here. And I think they're asking a lot of this jury, given the fact that there is this documented history. What they're going to rely on, though, Todd, is they're going to say she planned this out. She told her husband to go get food. She waited until he left, that this was something that she, you know, didn't want him around for. And so she thought enough to do those things and to take those steps. I don't think it's going to be enough, frankly. I do think that a jury is going to see that she had this documented history. They can prove that, and I think the experts are going to back her up. I mean, Todd, even her husband has forgiven her and is saying that he doesn't think that she did this in her right mind.
That is the realest thing that I wanted to talk about. The husband. How, like, as a husband, I don't know what I would be feeling in that moment. The woman you love, no matter if it was, of course, like postpartum depression is a real depression and is a real thing. We all understand that. But the man lost his children. It's going to take some time. You're going to have to get therapy yourself to try to, because if you truly want to stay supporting your wife, you're going to have to talk to somebody about this. Because that's a crazy situation. But it does sound like that they got a clear defense. I don't know how the prosecution's going to prove that she wanted to murder her children. Maybe if they find some search history or something like that pops up out of nowhere. But like they said, everything was documented, showing what she was going through, showing that nothing was changing. How are they going to convict her on this? I don't know, y'all. Let's get over into the AI breakdown just to see what else we can find out and see if we missed anything. So we got the murder trial of Lindsay Clancy began on Monday, July 20th, 2026 in Massachusetts. So the 36-year-old former labor and delivery nurse faces 3 counts of first-degree murder for the January 24th, 2023 strangulation death of her 3 young children. Cora, 5 years old, Dawson, 3 years old, and Claylan, 8 months. After killing, she attempted suicide by jumping from the second-story window, an action that left her permanently paralyzed from the waist down. She is attending the trial in a wheelchair. So, as we know, the jury is going through selectioning right now. As of Tuesday afternoon, July 21st, the court has seated 10 of the requested 18 jurors. So the judge stated that the full trial is projected to last 6 to 8 weeks once the jury is finalized. The combined witness list contains over 200 names, which includes medical professionals, investigators, family members, and notably her husband is listed as a witness for both the prosecution and the defense. So the core criminal trial does not dispute whether she committed the act, but centers entirely on her mental state. So the defense, as we know, talked about postpartum psychosis and she was heavily overmedicated with a revolving cocktail of psychiatric drugs. According to the civil filings, Clancy claimed that she was experiencing severe auto hallucinations and hearing voices commanding her to kill her children and herself. So the prosecution, state prosecutors argue that the killings were deliberately planned and intentional. The point to the evidence showing that Clancy calculated how long it would take her husband to complete errands that evening, intentionally sending him out to buy takeout food and the pharmacy items to ensure she would be left completely alone with the children. If that's the only thing the prosecution got, I don't know how they're going to even manage. But let's keep going. So just before the trial started, prosecutors filed a notice to drop the 3 separate counts of strangulation, noted that these charges were redundant, as they legally surmised by a primary murder charge. So on the opening day, the judge granted a motion from the prosecution to exclude 4 experts originally put forward by the defense. The defense filed a brief seeking to limit the number of first responder testifying about the crime scene, arguing that the repetitive testimony would be irreparably that it would affect the jury too much. Y'all know I can't talk sometimes. So separate from the criminal proceedings, both Lindsay and Patrick have filed civil lawsuits in early 2026 against the medical providers. The lawsuit allegedly states that it was a catastrophic failure by the doctors to properly diagnose, monitor, and treat her severe postpartum psychiatric condition. Patrick has publicly stated that he forgives his wife, maintaining that her actions were driven entirely by her rapid worsening mental condition. Now, here's a question. I mean, this might be an obvious question, but why did he leave her alone with the children? Is it just if she was spiraling that bad? I would like to know why he thought it was okay to leave her alone with the children. Maybe she wasn't at that level where she felt like she would do something dangerous, but if she's spiraling, hearing voices, and the voices actually told her to kill her children, and we knew about this, why would you leave her alone with the children in the first place? But no matter how you look at this, is a tragic situation. We have 3 children who lost their lives. I mean, just thinking about the children I believe normal people would want someone to be held responsible. But the real question is it the medical professionals who are responsible for this? Is it her? Or is it just a tragic, I don't know if you can call this accident, but this is just a tragic situation. Let me know your thoughts on that situation, y'all. Let me know how you feel about it. Do you think that she'll be able to get away with this? Or maybe not get away with this is the right word, but do you think that her defense is sound? Is the main thing. It's a tragic situation, but we will have to keep up with this to see exactly what happens and if she's able to beat the case. Tragic situation. Remember, y'all, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that notification bell. We're going to pivot over into our last topic we're going to be discussing today. And you know I like to look at some body cam footage, y'all. So this next topic we're getting over to is we got a misgendered student ends up turning violent. I mean, let's get over into it, y'all. See what this whole thing is about. See what exactly happened, and if it warranted them turning violent, which I doubt. But let's keep going into it, y'all. Let's jump into it, y'all.
On February 5th, 2025, officers responded to a college campus in reference to a disturbance.
What's the problem?
Why do you let those kids get away with this? They are not supposed to be here!
If you don't lower your voice, I am going to put handcuffs on you and I'm going to take you to a Baker Act facility. You lower your voice.
Fucking try it.
Are you threatening me?
You're threatening me.
Are you threatening me?
I'm just...
Because I'm here right now to deal with a stolen vehicle. I ain't got time to hear you screaming and yelling.
I don't have time to constantly be abused.
We'll get OPD down here then, because I gotta work this stolen vehicle.
What do you mean OPD?
Alpha 73 University.
Alpha 73.
Can we get another unit to deal with Jay Lee here? He is having a breakdown.
Say! Just say the right pronoun!
What'd you say?
7351.
Get down on the ground right now.
No!
You're about to get sprayed.
No,
get down on the ground right now.
Leave me alone!
I can come in there.
Leave me alone, please!
Okay, are you gonna calm down?
I'm getting my phone out. I have to film this.
I'm telling you, are you gonna calm down?
I will calm down. I will calm down.
Do you know what this is?
I will calm down when you get the pepper spray out of my face.
Alpha 73.
Leave me alone.
I have
just please
pepper spray
please
at this individual
just
right
stop
now.
pointing the pepper spray at me. I will calm down if you do that. Stop threatening me.
Whew. Let's keep going.
Lower your voice.
Leave me alone.
And remember, y'all, this is a grown. We're gonna go with her pronouns, woman, transgender woman. But let's keep going.
Leave me alone.
Do you want to get tased?
I want you to leave me alone.
Judge.
You have been particularly abusing me.
If you come towards me one more time,
follow me.
You are gonna.
And send abuse administrators.
I gotta
Don't you remember? Don't you remember?
Jaylee, don't.
He's
focus on me, okay?
Execution 97. 13.
Okay?
Get away!
You don't tell me where to go.
Stop.
Fuck you! Fuck you, cop!
Alpha 73.
Hey, even the dude who tried to help her is walking away. Yeah, let's keep going.
Jaylee.
I want to be away from him.
It's too late now. It's too late now. He's gonna be taken away.
You need to stop.
It's taken.
As soon as he said,
I just want to get away from him.
I understand that.
He needs
Shay! Stop misgendering me! Just say she!
he's putting on the gloves.
Josh.
Now, let's talk about this for a second, y'all. If you was the cop would you not just call? I don't want to, canceling is, but would you not call him a she just because that's what she wants? If she keeps screaming, if that's going to de-escalate the situation, is that better not to do that? Or do you feel like that he can call her whatever he wants because it's a free country, which it is, of course. But do you think as a cop he should have tried to handle this situation because she's clearly going through something mentally? They are clearly going through something mentally, however they pronouns they want to use, but it's a crazy situation. Let's keep going.
Please just tell them to use the right pronouns. Please. You know it's causing me a lot of distress.
I need you to bring it down here, though. Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask you very nicely. Put your stuff down, turn around, put your hands behind your back.
Does that need Riley or Rivera?
I'm not going to be arrested.
Put your stuff down.
Rivera.
No.
Put your hands behind your back.
No.
Okay, so I'm only gonna ask you one more time. You can record all you want, but it's already beyond that point. We already tried.
You're stressing me out.
It doesn't matter.
I'm just asking you to please stop stressing.
We already tried to help you. So.
No, you didn't.
Yes.
You came in with hostile intent.
Put your hands.
Oh no.
Get on the ground right now.
Don't hurt me.
Get on the ground right now.
Don't hurt me.
I mean, we got to be honest. He's showing a lot of patience, more patience than I would expect. But at this point, just do what he says and put your hands behind your back and get on the ground. But you got to cause a scene, scream. Of course, they want to record. But let's keep going, y'all.
Get down on the ground right now.
Hey!
I got a couple on. I got come on this way. Stop. Sit down. Get down. Get down.
Leave me alone. Help me.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to laugh.
Get down. Get him down.
Let go. Put your hand behind your back. Put your hand behind your back, please.
I can't. I'm right. I just wanted you to.
Come on, stop.
Josh, please. Josh, please. This is all a big misunderstanding.
I'm gonna spray him.
No, please don't spray. Don't say him. Her.
Okay, her. I'm gonna spray her.
Okay. See, he did change his wording. Would it have not been better if he would have done that before, or is it? You definitely First thing, you definitely cannot react like this. If someone misgenders you, however you feel like they misgendered you, there's no need to act like this. Everybody's not going to follow along with how you feel. I mean, that's just the way of the world in general. So you cannot react like this and start screaming in public like a psycho. At the end of the day, you should have politely told them, "Sir, please do not call me that. I go by she." And I would like to believe that the officer would be like, "All right, ma'am." Even if he didn't believe it, ma'am, he goes with that just to cool out the situation. But you escalated this.
Behind your back.
No.
Yes. I don't want to spray you.
Stop saying no. Just do what he said.
Give me your hand.
Is there any way I can?
No, give me your hand.
Please.
Give me your hand.
I just, please. I can call
Oh, he's got a
Just give
taser.
me some space.
See what's gonna happen?
That hurts. Oh, trust me.
Put your hand behind your back.
I just
Put your
need
hand behind your
space.
back.
Put your hand behind your back.
Space.
Give me your hand.
I just need
Give me
space,
your
please.
hand.
Put your hand.
Jalen, give me your hand.
Okay, I'm gonna tase you if you don't cooperate. Taser.
Jalen, come here.
Taser.
Jalen.
Yeah, at the end of the day, they did give a lot of patience. I feel like a lot of cops would have already taken him to the ground by force, and if he still fights, tase him. But this is wild.
It's gonna hurt, man. Just give me your hand. He's not gonna tase you. Just give me your hand.
You're gonna arrest me.
No.
Give me your hand.
Yes, we need your hand.
I don't arrest me.
Yep.
No. Let's go.
Oh, and he kicked.
Give me your hand.
Gonna get it
Oh,
again
shit.
this time.
Give me your hand. Give me your hand.
Leave me alone.
Give me your hand.
Alone.
Look at his legs.
All right. Give me your hand.
Please.
I got his legs. I got his legs.
Give me your hand. All right. Give me your hand. Let go. Put your wrist. Relax him, okay? There you go.
We got him.
And we got charges.
What, battery?
And battery on Leo.
They were attacking me. What was I supposed to do?
Okay.
Comply. Now you're under arrest for battery on Leo.
Watch your head.
Roll over. Now get up.
Josh, please.
On your knee.
I'm trying.
Now stand up.
I can't
I have my phone.
Sure, I don't know where it is.
Ow, I can't get up.
You said you did taser, right?
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna pause.
Her.
Yeah.
Her. Her. Josh,
Why do you? She keeps. Josh, please. Come on.
Stun. Sit down. We're gonna have the fire department take a look at you.
Josh, that's a big misunderstanding.
You're good.
Let's just take him to the car.
You're gonna be able to put him in my patrol car.
Okay.
I'll take him.
Huh?
There.
Come on.
Wait.
You're gonna be all right.
Come on.
Oh,
Thanks, Josh.
can I have my phone back?
We'll get your belongings, all right?
I hate you all. I hate you. You escalated this. You didn't have to pull out the pepper spray. You didn't have to continue this to me.
Do you want more units downtown?
He pulled out the pepper spray and didn't even spray. He threatened you. You freaked out, started to run away, fought when they tried to take you into custody. I don't know if you can consider them escalating it. Maybe you could say, since he kept calling her or him or using her born pronouns. This is crazy.
You my buddies and you set them off.
I'll live out shortly, but I think we were okay for now.
Please step. What?
Do not push me.
Great.
That one officer trying not to laugh.
Your camera's on the whole time now?
Yeah.
Yeah, mine was too.
Okay.
I came in. I thought someone was fighting because he was going off on security.
That's all good.
I told him to calm down.
470 East Robinson, 470 East Robinson off
wouldn't.
Magnolia.
I told him that he was about to get arrested. He charged me like that. Pulled out a pepper spray. And I said, he's about to get sprayed.
That's when I got involved. I got a cuff on him. And when we got him against the elevator,
Wait, so when you had the spray out, or you said you
I did not spray him.
Okay.
Yeah. So when when I was trying to get him to calm down, is when he freaking damn motioned towards me, and I said, "I'm gonna spray you."
Okay.
Then I pulled out the spray.
Okay.
Everybody else started clearing. I tried to calm him down. I even had Josh try to talk to him. He wouldn't calm down. I told him that today he was gonna go if he doesn't freaking damn cooperate. Finally, at one point, I said, "Hey, it's already too late for everything. Turn around, put your hand behind your back. I'm trying to do this as peacefully as possible." Yeah. Kept on resisting, grabbed him, and it was on.
Yeah. Okay. So when I grabbed, Riley secured one hand, and then I was able to cuff it, but as we were trying to secure it to his back, and get his second hand around, he rotated around and threw a closed fist at me.
Okay. Did he hit you?
If he did, I didn't feel it.
Yeah, he didn't. I mean, he tried, but
I was able. I think because I don't remember him actually, but
what saved was me grabbing his legs.
Yeah.
Because if I didn't get his legs,
but then he grabbed my mic. As you see, it's all stretched out. He grabbed my mic, trying to rip it off, and like I said, he kept. And then when we got him against the second elevator, he threw a kick. That one hit me.
Okay.
He threw a kick on me, and then we tried to get him, and like I said, we just kept bouncing back and forth with him until we finally got him on the ground.
Here's the thing, though, to think about. Should he be Baker acted or should he be taken to jail?
I mean, they can do that at the jail.
Okay, because he's going to need some care.
Yeah.
There's something wrong.
Yeah.
And he definitely can't be with Gen Pop.
Oh, no, he definitely cannot be with general population. They might kill him. All this and hoop flying around, then one person says the wrong gender, he's going to spaz out. This is crazy. Well, that's a crazy situation, y'all. Let me know your thoughts and let me know if you disagree with anything I said. Was it really that deep? Was it that deep? Let me know your thoughts. But that is it for the show today, y'all. Like always, we talk about a lot of crazy things. Now, I'm never going to say I'm always right. I'm never going to say I understand everything, but I'm willing to talk about it. So if you disagree with anything I say, please leave a comment, leave a dislike. Let's just talk about it. Because that's what's wrong with the world today. And if you enjoy this content, y'all remember to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that notification bell. Because I try to drop every single day. But that's it for now, y'all. You already know these videos will be broken down. And I got to play that outro. But I will see y'all tomorrow for the next show of the week. That's it for now, y'all. Peace.